Hi friends, everyone is saying it's easy to rat to Predator in Apex Legends Season 17 Ranked. So I've done the analysis and the maths in this video and we'll get to see if it's numerically possible to rat to Predator and also how many games it would take you to get to Predator. I'll show you the comparison to the old rank system as well because it's quite interesting to see the difference. And by the way, when I say rat, for the purpose of this video, I just mean earning placement points alone. So you don't necessarily have to be ratting. If you're one of those people playing the game normally, then the stats you see in this video will apply to you still. So let's get into the numbers and see what's possible. And let's start by looking at the placement points available and also how they compare to the old rank system. These are the various amounts of LP you can earn from placement after the 35 point entry cost deduction is taken into account. And here's a comparison below it for the old rank system for a first place finish. Compare the 200 you get in the new system to the old system and you can see quite a big difference. And that's mainly because the old rank system had an increasing entry cost per tier, which you can see taken into account. Even for a bronze first place finish in the old system, you earn 85 less points last season than you do this season, and that's all to do with the entry cost. Now check out this table next. This one shows you the difference in the LP brackets that you need to hit to rank up through each rank this season. And the points are much higher this season than they were last season. And obviously the biggest gap is at Predator. Almost 78,000 more points are required this season than last. Now I have based this on a 100,000 point cap for Predator, which actually PC is very close to at the moment, although consoles are a little bit lower. I do imagine though by the time we get to the end of the season it's going to exceed 100,000 on pretty much every platform. So you can see even though they've increased the amount of placement points you can earn after the entry costs, the amount of points you need to get through each rank has also increased along with it. So now we know a bit about the points and how the points work out with the entry costs and how many points you need to get through the ranks. Let's look at how many games it would take you to get to Predator based on these points. And I've got two examples for you. The first is an average first place finish across all your games. As it's 4,000 per rank, essentially you can see in this table it would take you 20 games per rank. So in total that's 120 games you'd have to average first place in terms of points to get to Masters. And if you compared this to the previous rank system, the same first place average would have taken you 183 games to reach Masters. So in Season 17 it essentially takes 63 games less to get to Masters just through placement points alone. And I think that might be partly why so many people are saying it's too easy to rat to Predator, or at least to Masters. Although on the flip side, I think in reality the idea is just to encourage more strategic play, something closer to the ALGS playstyle. I don't think they actually intended for so many people to be ratting like they are this season. Let's also look at the amount of games you need for Predator. You can see there, it takes 380 games from Masters to Predator. So that means in total to get from Bronze to Predator, it's going to take you about 500 games to get to Predator. If we compare this figure to last season, you can see it was 456 games last season. Which is really interesting because in essence it means in Season 17 it actually takes more games for you to reach Predator than it did last season. Although having said that, that's mainly due to the fact that perhaps points are easier to come by this season and that's why the pred cap is much higher than it was last season. Before we finish, I wanted to give you another quick example just because all of these figures at the moment are based on averaging first place points wise, but I know that's probably unrealistic for a lot of you. So I've also got these figures in this table which is based on if you're averaging 5th place placement every game. So you can see here it would take double the amount of games, 240 to reach Masters and 1,000 to reach Predator, which is a lot of games. And if I'm being honest from a personal perspective, as someone with a day job and a busy life, I'm lucky if I play 500 games in a season, let alone 1,000. However, I think the stats in this video that I've shared should give you a rough idea of if you're averaging these kind of points, how many games it might take you to get to Predator. And I also think it's interesting to see that even though people feel the points are easier to earn this season, which actually might be true, at least from the amount of points available for each rank, there's still certainly a big commitment if you want to get to Predator with the amount of games that you would need to play. I should say, just for some overall context, I know the reality is that your points will fluctuate in each game, and I'm just suggesting averaging 1st place or 5th place in this video, so it might very well take you more games or less games. But do be aware that the pred cap is constantly rising and people are constantly pushing the lower boundary of those pred caps. So if anything, the amount of games you're going to have to play is just going to keep going up if people keep earning points at the rate they are. I hope this was interesting though. Don't forget to like and subscribe and I'll catch you later.